Hello and welcome to another amazing episode of Experts Eating Cake. Today I have got a potentially new best buddy called Joanne Lazarus, and she is an amazing celebrant and confidence coach. And I met her, strangely enough, at an introverting network event. And I was just blown away by her sass, by her sparkle, by her vibrant energy. And we agreed that she needed to come on and eat cake with me. Let's welcome her, Joanne Lazarus. Hi. Hiya, darling. How you doing?
Hi. I love that introduction. Thank you so much.
Well, I like to be honest about these things. And generally when I get people on, I've met them before, and for me, it's like I get an idea of who they are and what their energy is like, and it's always people that I'm attracted to, and sometimes attracted to quieter people, and sometimes I'm attracted to really sassy, out there people. But you've got to be a bit sassy, and you've got to be a bit out there if you're a celebrant, and
Definitely.
if you do a lot of, and you're an actor as well. If you do a lot of confidence coaching, then you've got to walk the walk, haven't you?
Exactly. But I think you and me that day at an introvert network meeting, it was good. It was good. Yeah. I said sometimes I am one and sometimes I'm an extrovert. I think I'm in the middle somewhere along the way.
Yeah, an introverted extrovert or an extroverted introvert.
Definitely.
Depending on your mood.
Definitely. Exactly. Yes. But today you've got full extrovert.
Woohoo! We got the gas, we got the sparkle, we got the vim, we got the vigor. This is amazing, but we're going to eat cake. Well, actually, you're not going to eat cake, are you?
No, but I have got something sweet.
It looks good, actually. Go on, tell us what it is.
Do you want to know what it is?
Yeah.
It's actually Greek yogurt and pitted prunes in juice.
See, it sounds disgusting, but I know for a fact that it's actually delicious because I do like a bit of prunes and yogurt.
Yeah, I've decided that I should have some yogurt each day.
Mm-hmm.
Greek yogurt because of calcium reasons, and I'm a woman of a certain age that should be taking more calcium. And prunes, I'm going to let you use your imagination why I'm having prunes. And the combination of them together is actually a nice little sweet snack, really. So I'm really sorry I didn't get cake, but
do you know what?
Prunes might have a better effect on me.
That's fine. We don't have to do cake. I mean, I get a little bit upset, but the good thing is that you're not upstaging me on the cake front today, because usually my guests come and they've got these amazing cakes and I feel almost embarrassed by my out-of-date shop-bought supermarket cakes. So today I win the cake game because I've actually brought cake. Today? And I brought, it's from a place called Batched. So I bought it in Manchester, Victoria. It's only half a cake because I tried it last night.
Oh.
And it's a brownie with like
the ones in the ones in the train station.
Yeah.
They look very nice.
Yeah, they're huge though. So I thought
I'd eat
half of it last night. Anyway, cheers.
We do cheers and cheers with the cake. There you go. Cheers. I'll have a little mouthful with you. There you go. Yeah, this is quite good. You should try it, Michelle. And anybody listening or watching should try this.
Is it weird that I'm kind of sitting here wishing that I was eating that?
No, because I'm sure what you're eating is also. I don't know. Give it a go.
It's really nice.
Okay,
I'm really thinking, sweet.
And I'm thinking maybe next time I go through Victoria train station, I'm going to buy one of those.
It's all right. Very sweet. I've got to say that I think I prefer something like a lemon meringue pie.
I like lemon meringue pie. Oh, I'll tell you what I do like. Lemon drizzle cake.
Can't beat lemon. Lemon's great in puddings. Lemon's great in cakes. Lemon's great in food, in drinks.
Very much so.
It is probably one of my all-time favourite flavours is lemon.
Yeah, same.
Oh, God, you've got it in my head now. I just want some Greek yogurt and some prunes.
Oh, really?
Oh,
well, maybe you should have some. Next time you go shopping, go and get yourself some. See, now I'm telling you my secret.
I'm just gonna write it down.
Okay, one of your jobs to do. Don't forget, Joanne Lazarus, the celebrant's suggestion of Greek yogurt and pitted prune. Get pitted, because the ones that have got pips in drive you mad. You've got to keep spitting them out.
Oh yeah, I don't want them. Right, okay, that's brilliant. I am going to go and do that and enjoy the heck out of it. And with the weather that we've been having recently, it's quite a nice, refreshing change from lots of stodgy cake. But it is. I'm not gonna give up my passion for cake. But sometimes it's nice to have a little bit of a change, isn't it?
We all love cake. I like cake as well. Honestly, I do.
Yeah, and maybe next time you'll bring a cake and I'll bring a yogurt.
All right then.
Everybody crucify me if I brought yogurt, wouldn't they? So from the off, I said that you are a celebrant, so a wedding celebrant. You're also an actor and have been for many, many years. Is it actor that you like to call yourself, an actress?
Oh, it's the word actor these days. You can be a female or a male actor.
Okay. All right. We'll stick with that then, because that just makes a bit more sense to me anyway. But on top of that, you like to do a little bit of networking. You help people with their confidence, and we'll get a little bit deeper into that in a little while. But I want you to tell us a little bit about how, because it must have been a really weird and wonderful adventurous journey getting to where you are now with this multi-passionate way of actually doing things, and ultimately being in the public eye and being able to proudly stand up and talk and be very eloquent as well, with the confidence to match it. So how did you get there? How did Jo do that?
Well, I've been an actor since for 30 odd years now, and so I've always been in the world of standing in front of people, speaking in front of camera lenses. I don't know why, I find it quite an exciting thing to do, strangely. And I'm an organized person as well, so spending a lot of time being an actor, because I love it, it's my passion. But I've always had a business that has always involved people. So on my journey to where I am now, on the way to getting here, other than raising my family as well, I used to do murder mysteries. I used to do corporate events, all sorts of things. I work with the medical profession even now. I'll tell you about that in a minute. And being an actor, you can't pin an actor down. You'll never meet an actor who has a 9-to-5 job working in an office or a shop. You just can't pin us down. So for me, I've always wanted my own business. So I've tried various stepping stones along the way. It's always been, I don't know, maybe selling bath bombs, or I used to make candles, or I used to sell mascara. I used to sell aloe vera. I've done a lot of that sort of thing. But no, I've really come to my turning point in life of I love organizing. I think being an actor, you're a born organizer. You've got to be multi-skilled to know to do this when to do that.
There's a lot going on. A lot going on.
I brought it into a business, and I decided in lockdown. Just before lockdown, I decided to get my own business as a on the day coordinator, and because I love parties, because I love celebrating, I'm a social butterfly, and weddings are very happy occasions. I started marketing myself as an on the day coordinator. Did 3 fantastic weddings, one at big hotels in Manchester, and then Boris stands up on television and says no more gatherings. So not one to sit there, I thought, what do I do? I was doing well with the weddings. I thought, I know, be a celebrant. So I did a training course whilst, at home for lockdown. Because I just couldn't sit there and just do nothing. I had to use the time to do something with my life, and that's what I did. And now I'm 3 years into it, and I absolutely love and adore it.
What was your favourite wedding to be a celebrant at?
Oh my gosh. My favourite wedding. I don't know. They've all got a special element about them. The only thing I can say is I've had some weddings that have had elements that others haven't, that have been very memorable. One was a wedding in a gorge where there was an actual hammer and anvil and what do you call it? Hammer? No.
Hammer, yeah.
Is it? Yeah. So I was working with a real metalsmith. It's just a metalsmith. Yeah, and he actually made a metal heart right in front of us and gave it to the wedding couple. So I worked with him. So that was very, very memorable. And only not that long ago, I had a bride, and the groom had a best friend who was a drag artist. And the bride wanted a surprise for the groom.
Yeah.
And it was only myself and the wedding singer and the photographer that knew his best friend was going to walk up the aisle after they'd done the certificate signing, singing, "It should have been me. Whoa, it should have been me." And that was great.
What was the reaction of the groom then?
Oh, it was his. I don't think he knew where to put himself.
I think being in front of them as well, you would have seen his reaction. You'd have been in the best place to watch his reaction.
But he didn't know what he was like. It was like that, and in the end, he went like this, and then the drag artist came in, told the bride, to get out the seats, and the bride got up and went like that. She got out of the seat, but she knew it was all happening. And then it was very funny. Paul, he was the groom. He just laughed along with it, and
oh my God, that
just
sounds
carried
brilliant.
on the joke. And then the drag artist got up and walked out at the end of the song, and everybody clapped.
See how amazing that you get to be part of all that fun. I mean, I know that there's a serious side of it because you're there for a really special reason, and it's quite a solemn thing. But to be able to be in a place where everybody wants to make it their own, they want to make it fun, and being a part of that, I think that's probably one of the amazing things that you take away with you, isn't it?
Yeah, you see, you've just said the word solemn. A wedding ceremony doesn't have to be solemn.
No.
That's what people think, that the wedding ceremony is the boring bit, and then you go on afterwards. I think I once read somewhere on social media, I don't know whose post it was, but it was like, oh, and then when you've done the boring bit, you can come to us and have your party. And I'm like, what? Yeah. Whoa! A wedding celebrant can be, a wedding celebrant can be as you want, whatever input in your wedding. There's a million celebrants out there. We've all got different personalities. Yeah. So you kind of find your celebrant to match your vibe. So there's all sorts of lovely celebrants. Some of us are louder than others. Some of us are more formal. Mm-hmm. I think I'm a bit mediocre, so I will have.
Give over.
No, because if somebody wants me to be quiet, I'll be quiet. I'm about to do a wedding, and I feel they want it to be quite traditional. So
you're versatile, Jo. You're versatile.
Yeah, versatile. That's the word. Yeah, I'm doing next month. I'm doing a wedding, and they want to walk in, and they want to high five all there. They want a lineup, and they want to high five, and they told me exactly what song's going on, and I'm going to go woo woo woo, all that sort of stuff, and everybody at it. So I basically match the couple, or match the family, because now there's a lot of second marriages and a lot of families coming together, and it's a great world out there. It really is.
Yeah. Oh, as you're talking about celebrants and stuff, it reminded me of my wedding, and I got married as a double wedding in Jamaica. So it was my second time married, and my sister was getting married to her boyfriend, who she'd been with for over 10 years at that point. And we didn't have any guests, so we flew to Jamaica, had the honeymoon there as well, had the celebration, the wedding ceremony there as well. And the celebrant, he was this Jamaican man, and on the day of our wedding was his 70th birthday. So he was celebrating his birthday, we were both celebrating our wedding, and And he was amazing. You can imagine, you know, a wise old Jamaican guy who's, you know, seen the world, and it was just had such a beautiful nature, and it really, really made our wedding, and it was very memorable as well. But the thing that I remembered the most was the fact that even though we didn't have any guests, part of the wedding package was the fact that each couple got a cake, a wedding cake. So instead of having 2 wedding cakes, we said, can you just make one big wedding cake out of it? So we had a 2-tier wedding cake. There were 4 of us in this party. And my sister had to take that cake into her room so that I didn't eat it all. But I used to nip over to her room, and every time she let me in, I'd just have another bit of the cake. But we had to throw half of it away.
Oh.
That's my story about my wedding.
Oh, well, if you ever want to renew your vows, let me know, and you can get a whole other cake to yourself. You can do vow renewing wherever you want. It doesn't have to be in a licensed premises or anything like that. You can have a party and have loads of cake.
Right. Well, me and you need to get together, and we need to persuade my husband, because I have brought this up a million times. When I'm feeling all romantic, I'll say to him, we need to get married again. And he's like, what for? What for? I says, because it's a renewal of our vows, and, you know, it's a special thing. I says, when we get to 20 years, we can do that. He says, why 20 years? I said, because it's a special time. You know what I mean? And he's like, he's not up for that at all. But maybe if I've got somebody to back me up,
yeah,
we might be able to swing it, because I'd do it every year, me.
I've done vow renewals. They're fantastic. It's a great chance. If I had the chance to put a dress on, maybe not the dress I had, I'd love to put all the dress on again and walk up the aisle and whatever. But yeah, you should do.
I haven't got my wedding dress anymore.
No, you'd have to get a new one. I don't think I could fit in mine.
Me neither. Anyway, cracking on, because obviously you are multi-passionate. There's loads and loads of things that you do. And we've talked about you being a celebrant. We've talked about you being an actor. But one of the things that you are a real expert in, and it brings everything together, is the fact that you know that there's a lot of people that want to do public speaking, or they want to do things where they need to get up and talk in front of people. And it's quite a nerve-wracking thing. I mean, you describe it as belly wobbles, don't you? Yeah. So have you ever felt, I mean, I'm guessing that at some point in the dim and distant past, you felt these belly wobbles.
Oh, I've had belly wobbles. I've had moments when I've just wanted the floor to open and swallow me up. That was one of the very first times I actually went on stage to do a play, and I knew there was casting directors in the audience. I started hyperventilating, but I just had to go on and do it, because you can't let other people down. But I call it belly wobbles because that is what happens when you get nervous. Your stomach ties in knots, your hands go sweaty, your heart can start, and sometimes you can't stop that feeling. But the most things of all, which always come to my mind, is the belly wobbles. You always go, oh my God, and you put your hand in front of your stomach for some reason, and you go, oh, I can't do this, I can't do this. You never say, oh, my hands are sweaty, I can't do this, I can't do this. You always seem to put your hands, I don't know what it is. I call it the belly wobbles, because your stomach does tie up in knots, your mouth goes dry, and it's something that you can get over with practice and with easy technique, as it so happens. You just got to tell yourself.
Go on, tell us the top tip.
Top tip for me. Okay, so if somebody was going to want to do a live, let's say, because that's why I've come into this. I do a lot of networking, and I've found women will say, Joanna, how can you be so confident the way you speak? I can't do that. And when I've asked them why, they say, oh, I get so nervous. And it's just a matter of, in a nutshell, I know it's more than this, but take yourself away from what you're doing just for a few minutes. So if you were to sit down now, if somebody was coming on now to do this podcast, because it's quite nerve-wracking for somebody, they should just take a few minutes before they actually sit down in front of their lens. Like at this minute in time, I'm on my laptop, I can see the lens here, but I just sat down and got myself ready and whatever. But Take a bit of time to deep breathe. Tell yourself you can do it. And what I say is, imagine that the lens in front of you is your best mate. Not somebody that you don't like, somebody who is really, really pleased for you and wants to hear what you're saying. And you can imagine your best friend sitting there, like what you're doing now, Michelle. You're nodding your head. You're giving me a vibe that you're listening to me, even though you're not at this minute in time speaking. Imagine somebody doing that and smile. I always say smile because you can hear a smile in somebody's voice.
Yeah, you can.
You can. And if somebody, okay, I'm just going to do a little bit of acting here. If I'm on a very, very low day and I just don't want to do this, my body language, at the minute I'm sitting up, I'm here. But if you don't want to do something, you might lean back and your voice tone goes down and your eyes, you just don't. If you can't be bothered, or if you can't be bothered, that's the wrong word. If you're scared, your voice and your whole demeanor, it just comes out. But if you pretend you're a superwoman, be what does she call them? A superhero, and you sit and you have your body upright. I always believe have your body upright if you're going to do a live. I always believe that, and smile. You can hear it in your voice. Even if it's a radio thing, you can hear when somebody's smiling. That's what I'd say.
You know, when you get on the phone, when you pick up the phone to somebody, I know we don't do it that often these days, but when you pick up see, this is how old I am. This is not a phone. This is a phone to me. When you pick up the phone to somebody and you've been talking to somebody else and you've been having a right laugh, as soon as you pick up that phone, you can still hear the end of the laugh or the smile in your voice. It's a completely different tone. I absolutely agree with you with that on 100%. And it's one of the biggest reasons why, I mean, we came on this today and I was giving it a bit of a bop because I've got my tunes and I like to feel like I'm in a party vibe, but it's purely because I want to feel like I'm in a party vibe. I don't want to turn up and talk about drudgery life and the rain's getting me down and the traffic and the bills. No, we don't talk about that. We talk about cake and we talk about amazing things that we're really good at. So I want to get in the mood for that, and that's why I do it.
What you were doing, dancing, music gives such a fabulous vibe to you. It really, really does, and it lifts you and it elevates your mood. So what you were doing that, it was fantastic. I do that. I was speaking at an event last year and I just started walking around the room at the back and there was music playing. So I was kind of like walking and a bit of a jig to myself. I didn't care who was watching. It was just my little way. And that's what happens. Dancing can help because it's a way of, I always say as an actor, shake the nerves out. And you can literally shake and throw your nerves away. That's what you were doing, dancing. I'm not saying you were nervous today. Well, you were getting your vibe ready, and everybody has to do something to get ready. And no matter what your vibe is, if it's going for a walk in the park, knowing you've got to do something in half an hour, or if it's you just need to sit down and just meditate for a little while, or you just need to do a little bit of deep breathing, whatever your thing is, do it. Sit down, get your body in a stance, in a nice comfortable stance. Put your smile on, put your superhero pose on. It just opens out your airways as well as you're talking, and it makes you speak, and then you can speak confidently about what you want to speak about, because when people come on to speak, to do a live, they're an expert in what they know, what they're talking about. But if you're more worried about your nerves, you're going to forget what to say. But if you can sort your nervous bits out, your belly wobbles out, then you're there and you can speak.
Or nervous poos.
Well, that's back to my prunes. No, sorry.
Oh dear. And we're not going anywhere anytime soon either. Right, so I wanted to ask you. Right, so I like to imagine people's stories, and I like to imagine, because I know a little bit about your journey and and being an actor and, you know, being lots of different things to lots of people and, you know, getting stuck into things. Along the way, obviously, we're all human. Stuff happens. Along the way, there's usually things that surprise you, either in a good way or in a bad way. What are some of the things in your journey, in your career, in the way that you do things has surprised you, either about other people or about the way that, you know, you saw things differently and it wasn't what you expected?
Well, at one point, I don't know if I've told you this, but at one point I used to live in Spain.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I've mentioned this to you, and I opened a drama school. I actually decided, you know, to take the whole family to Spain. And I remember, oh.
Are you dropping out? Stay with us.
Oh, what happened then? What happened?
I think it's just its internet connection. We're all right. You keep going. Tell us. Okay. Spain.
So I went to Spain and I opened up a drama school, and I got very, very friendly with a girl who could speak Spanish, but she'd never done drama before. But she was a great assistant. She really, really was. Mm-hmm. And I think I gave her maybe too much responsibility. And then one day she said to me, this isn't working out, you and me. I think we should split up. And I said, well, okay, if that's what we need to do. And the next thing I know, I said, well, we have to tell our students, because I had a load of expat kids and it was a great life. We had the expat kids, and the parents would wait while I did the drama class, and we'd all meet afterwards, and we all became very friendly. And she said, and I said, okay, well, I knew I could see things weren't quite right. So I agreed we should split up. I said, well, we have to tell the students. And she said, right, I'll write a letter. So I said, okay, assuming she's writing a letter saying, you know, we're splitting up, or maybe she was going to start a class, I was going to start a class. This letter actually said, and I can't believe it actually happened, I have decided I'm retiring from Drama Kids, I called it. I'm retiring from Drama Kids. I've got other things to do, and she's taking over. And as of such and such a week, the classes will now be at whatever place. And I'm leaving Drama Kids. Yeah, it was my school, and I started it. Yeah.
So she was saying that you were retiring and that she was taking over. And
yeah.
She basically. Yeah. Did she think that you wouldn't see that?
I've no idea why she even did that. And I remember one of the other parents going to her, oh, she was also called Joanne. Oh, Joanne, don't do this. Don't do this. And she said, no, she doesn't know what she's doing. She is this. She's not really an actor. She's just been pretending she's one. You all come to me. And she opened another class on the same night that we were normally doing Drama Kids. I was a bit gutted, well, a lot gutted. And I also had a drama school. I also used to do a film school. Mm-hmm. And I had a friend that would come over from England with his camera, and we'd make a film.
Yeah.
And I got the red carpet out, and I did this awards night, and I'd give everybody a gold envelope. And everybody won. And in the gold envelope, there was a DVD of the film that we'd made throughout. It was a school holiday thing. She copied me and did one of those as well. It hurt me a lot. But then in the end, I thought, nobody's beating me. Okay, I can't speak Spanish. That was my only disadvantage. So I carried on opening another class in another venue, and I kept the same night. And I could only say 90% of the kids came back to me, and she had about 4 or 5 kids who were her. Yeah. So that was really naughty what she did, and it did me in for a little while. It really did me in. But I've
and the
come
strange
back.
Thing is, it does happen. It happens everywhere. It happens in business. It happens, you know, like you said, in things as straightforward as a drama school. It happens in so many different places, and it does come out of left field and knock you for 6. But I think ultimately, any lessons that you learned that you take on board and you learn from and move on from, I think they were always meant to be. I truly believe that. So what was the lesson that you learned from that then? What did you do better next time?
Well, I think whoever I'm going to calibrate with, because I can only say it was a calibration, only I didn't realize at the time what it was. Is to sit with like-minded people who understand each other, which I'm now very pleased to say I just work in circles of like-minded women, like-minded business women. I've got wedding suppliers who I'm, friendly with as well, and we all recommend each other. We don't knock each other down. The lesson is, I think you've got to, if somebody knocks you down, get up, dust yourself down, have a few days of being sad, and then realize that nobody is you. Nobody else is you. And only you can give whatever it was all those kids wanted. It wasn't the other Joanne they wanted it from me. And I continued with those kids, and even to this day, through an economic reason, we've all left Spain, but I'm in touch with most of them. They're all one's living in New York. He continued acting. One's where they're all in London or wherever in different parts of the UK. But I'm in contact with them all, and that says a lot.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
it just goes to show you can't keep a good woman down.
You can't. You can be knocked down, but I do believe once you're knocked down, you can always stand up again. Yeah, you might graze your knee on the way, but stick a plaster on and just carry on. And it also made me believe you've got to carry on and do things for you. And if a businesswoman has got a vision, got a goal in mind, you might not get there tomorrow, you might not get there next week, but keep on walking, however small the step is. And if you trip up on the way, there's a stone in the way, kick the stone out the way and just carry on.
See, this is a good thing about being confident in speaking, because the words that come out of your mouth carry so much weight and so much wisdom that you just can't help but be drawn into the feeling of what you're trying to bring forward, which is, stay in your lane, be who you are, be it wholeheartedly, and just enjoy yourself. I mean, I think that's me and you. We know how to enjoy ourselves in our lives. None of this getting you down and this miserable rubbish. It's like, we've got jobs to do. We've got things to do. We need to be upbeat and excited about life. And that's the main way to be. I mean, obviously things happen and we're human beings and we're sad, but at the bottom of it, we choose to be happy.
Yeah. But I think you are allowed the odd little sad day here and there.
Yeah.
And I think everybody deserves a bit of me time and a bit of time away. But I believe those times are good because you can reflect on what's happened, put it right in your head. And then for some strange reason, I don't know about you, Michelle, but I on those days when I'm reflecting, I end up getting another business idea or another something idea. And then,
they're dangerous those days, aren't they? They're dangerous.
Yeah. And then you end up thinking, oh gosh, I better write that one down. I mean, this was an idea of mine.
Oh, yes. We're going to be talking about that in a little while. Yeah, absolutely. Oh, my gosh. Right. Okay. So what about this? What about your golden nugget? What's the one piece of advice? I think you've probably covered it already, but what's the one piece of advice that you're going to give to anybody that wants to feel more comfortable in their own skin and more confident and more aligned to the way that they imagine that they could and want to be?
I think if somebody has an idea, don't be too scared to speak out. Yeah. And if somebody wants to do something, don't be afraid to do it and worry about what other people are thinking.
Absolutely.
Like, I get a lot of that. Oh, what are you doing now? Eyeball roll. Oh, what are you doing now? And as long as you are happy in what you're doing, carry on doing it and carry on being the best version of you that you can be. Yeah, I just think don't let anybody stop you from your goals, from your dreams, because you do get to them. You may not get to all of them, but you do get to them. It's a journey. And yeah, go for it. I always say, be positive in life.
Fabulous. Right. So leading on from that, all these lovely inspirational ideas means that you work with lots of different people in lots of different ways. And you have actually got, you lifted it up a minute ago, and I want to see what's inside it. So you've actually got products and things that help people with different things, whether it be on the wedding side of things or whether it be on the confidence side of things. Show me your planner, and then tell us about the course that you've got going on as the thing.
So I had an idea, because you do all these training courses along the way, and you get to learn about how to market yourself, and if you've got certain skills, how you can use your skills in other ways, maybe online or letting other people know or whatever. So I ended up making a couple of PDFs, and then the PDFs have turned into one for a freebie, one for my wedding business and one for my Confident You business. The Confident You I'm still working on.
Yeah.
I'm actually now thinking somehow I'm going to merge the two.
Oh.
Yeah, because it's just something that has come up recently with brides and with grooms. Yeah. They're not confident, some of them, to saying a speech. And I'm thinking, oh, well, my same skills kind of merge in. But anyway, that's another. This is
a watch this space moment. Everything's going to be in the description below. So anything you want to find out about, click on the link and it'll be there, all up to date stuff.
Yeah.
Go on, show me.
Watch the space. But a couple of years ago, I had this idea to make a planner, and it is in PDF form on my website, so you can download it. And I do have a free top tips, which is part of this for any brides or grooms who wanted to sign up and get top tips for your, how to run a smooth wedding day.
Nice.
Any future brides can download this, or now it's in print. You can buy it, and it's it's a planner. It's got lists and it's got bits of information.
That's it. Hold it up for me.
There's a photography list.
Oh my God, I love a good planner.
Hold on, a bit of daily planning, a bit of.
It'd take a lot of the stress out, wouldn't it? Because it is stressful planning a wedding.
Bit of where you're going on your honeymoon.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, planning your honeymoon. All sorts of stuff. Monthly planner at the lead up to the wedding.
Oh my God, that's amazing!
And yeah, so I've got this for my weddings, and in fact, I've only just put it on my website not very, very long ago. So my next job is to advertise it and to launch it, and then my next thing is the Confident You one is going to get launched as well. So yeah, I love it, and it fits into somebody's bag. Very, very. I've not got a bag to show you.
Do you know what? That's the exact size that I love. I don't really like the A4 sizes, but I like the A. It's not even an A5. It's slightly bigger than an A5, isn't it?
It would fit in anybody's bag.
Oh my God.
When they're out and about. So there you go. There it goes in the bag.
When you're doing your wedding planning and your cake tasting and your venue visits and things like that.
Yeah, exactly.
And if you need a celebrant, you know where to go.
Yes. And recently, all my new brides have been getting one for free. I've been giving them.
Oh my God, that's so cool!
Yeah,
I absolutely love that. I think it's brilliant. Right, there's something else that you've mentioned that I want to talk to you about, and that's the fact that all this amazing stuff that you do has culminated in you being nominated for an award, and you're at this time. We might be able to update it soon. At this time, you are a finalist for a particular award. Tell us about this.
Yeah, I'm very, very happy. I didn't even know these awards were running. It's the Northwest Wedding Awards.
Wow.
And as a business person, you always think, oh, it'd be nice to be nominated for an award. And in the past, I've nominated myself once or twice for something. Never got through. But I've nominated myself. Maybe not always for a wedding award, but for a business award. I've never worried when I've not got through. But this one came as a complete surprise. It's a recent bride nominated me, And unbeknown to me, I just got this email and it said, you have been nominated. I'm like, what? So the next day,
Did you
I
think
just
it
wrote,
was a scam at first?
yeah. So I thought, oh, this is a marketing ploy, surely. But I thought, okay, I've got this badge. So I put the nomination badge on my Instagram, and I wrote to a couple of brides to say, oh, well, I've got this, so will you vote for me? And then one of the brides wrote back and said, that would be me. I already have done. I'm the one who nominated you. So I was so touched by it. Anyway, so I sent the voting form out, but I didn't go. I just stuck it on my Facebook, and I just thought, Anyway, people were then writing to me saying, "Oh, I've voted for you. I've voted for you." I said, "Thank you very much." I forgot all about it, and then last night, obviously when this goes out, I'll know, maybe what's happened. But as of last night, as of today, I'm now a finalist. So I'm over the moon because I'm going to go to the Piccadilly Hotel in Manchester for an awards evening. And I'm always looking at people going to these awards evenings. And I'm always thinking, oh, I wish I could go to one of those. And now I'm going to one.
What are you going to wear?
Oh, I don't know. I'll buy a new frock for that. I have to buy a new dress because there'll be all this bit, won't there?
Oh yeah, red carpet poses. I'm rubbish with them.
So I'm actually very, very honoured. And you know what? If I don't win, I don't mind, because 3 years ago I wasn't a celebrant.
Mm-hmm.
This year I've done so much with my life work-wise, and now I'm a finalist in the Northwest Wedding Awards. That to me, it's like a cherry on the cake.
Yeah, well, exactly. But you're spreading joy to people on the most important days of their lives. You're bringing joy. You're bringing yourself and your energy and making it far better. Why on earth? You celebrate them. Why on earth wouldn't they celebrate you? And I'm holding my fingers up like this because you are going to win. We are going to fingers crossed the heck out of this. Yeah. So we'll see what happens, and we'll give everybody a little update on that as well. So that'll be cool. So yeah, just definitely you've got to win. You're gonna win. You're gonna win. It's gonna be amazing. And you're gonna show us pictures of your frock as well.
I will. I promise you I will. You probably see it all over my Facebook, but you will.
Oh, yeah. I'll be keeping an eye on that.
Do keep an eye, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Do keep an eye, yeah. It's lovely. When something like that just happens out the blue, it's very nice. Then I saw the email only last night, so it was very nice.
Yeah, so you can bask in the glow for a little while.
Yeah.
But when's the event going to be?
June.
All right. So by the time this is out, we'll definitely know. We'll know one way or another. It'll be cool.
Definitely, yeah.
It'll be absolutely brilliant. You have been an absolute and total treasure. I think I've fallen in love with you today. And I think I will be having a little snoop at your things, keeping my beady eye on you. And if I can ever persuade my husband to do a vow renewal, I'm going to get into
I'm your woman, definitely. Get him to do one.
You're my woman. Absolute pleasure speaking to you, Joanne. I absolutely love you. And I'm going to see you around very, very soon. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Michelle. Thank you so much.
That was the amazing Joanne Lazarus. What a woman. I knew she had sass and sparkle. It just goes to show how can tap into people's energies. And I absolutely love bringing them on here for you. And one of the things that she was speaking about is about people building their dreams, about how difficult it can be, but you have to kind of get up and build that kind of resilience to get on the path towards your dreams. And if you have big dreams, especially if you're in business, then I have something that might be of interest to you. So the Happy Business Club is going all out and creating a big, massive event to be held in Preston on the 1st of November. It's called Dream Builders and World Changers. It's for people exactly like you and exactly like the kind of people that me and Jo were speaking about a minute ago. And it's about learning how to become a stronger person as a dream builder, and, you know, figuring out how to overcome the roadblocks that come on the path towards your dreams, because the path is a part of your dream, and it's the path that's the joyful part. That's the path that's part of your life as well as part of your dream. So we're going to be smashing the hell out of that, having loads of fun in a great big day out event in Preston on the 1st of November. If you want to come, you're very welcome. I'll drop the link below. You can grab your tickets and I will see you there. So that's enough for me. I will see you next time. Don't forget to eat some cake for breakfast.